What's up, YouTube? It's your boy DJ Kenny Rec back with another one. Please subscribe, like, and share. And please forgive me for my shabbiness. I need a haircut. I need a total makeover. I look like trash. Please forgive me. I know that if I don't put these videos out and wait for me to look good and wait for this and wait for that, it'll take forever. So I'd rather just give you the raw. And just like my other videos, you see, I'm just putting them out regardless of how I look, regardless of how I feel. As you know, I'm a perfectionist. If it was up to me, I wouldn't put any of these videos out. It would be me doing a voiceover, and it would be straight up, like, just all production and all that glamorous stuff that I have the skill set to do. I just don't have the time. So let's get into it. This one is going to be a testimony. If you or anyone that you know are having seizures, this is a video that you should really pay attention to, especially if it comes to one of your children. I'll try to be very brief. Like I say, I try to keep these videos like 11 minutes, but for some reason I could just never do it. My 7-year-old at the time, he's 8 now. When he was 7, actually it started when he was 6. When he was going to school, he would come home and complain and say things like, "Daddy, I keep on getting Charlie horses on the bus or in school." And I'm like, well, they go away. I know Charlie horses are very painful. And he says he gets them on the right side all the time, so he's in the same area. It's either on his leg or on his arm. And I get them in the same area too, so I didn't really think anything of it, Just, I used to tell him just to, that he needs to just to relax and it'll pass. Just don't let them, don't try to make too much movement. Until October of when he was 7 years old. He just had his 7th birthday that summer. His birthday's in the summertime. Then October comes, and my ex-wife, my wife at the time, which is my ex now, she was getting prepared for work. I just woke up. It was first thing in the morning, and he fell asleep with us in the bed. And he moves around a lot, so I usually don't think anything of it. And again, I'm waking up and I feel movement on the bed like usual. I turn around and I see him in like a fighting position. Let me see if I can, like this. He's in a fighting position. He's looking up, so his eyes are like, like up, and he's awake, and he's just shaking like this. I freak out because I don't know if he's choking. I don't know what's going on. That never happened to him before. And I'm very bad when it comes to stuff like that with my children. I'm a tough guy. Anything else, I'm tough as nails. But when it comes to my children, I fold. So thank God my wife at the time was there. She's strong when it comes to that stuff. So she ran. She grabs him. I get on the phone with 911. I'm completely, I'm out of it. Like I'm like a woman. I'm hysterical crying. I'm really upset. I don't know what's going on. And in the background, I hear my wife saying, "Stay with me, stay with me." And it was just like out of a horror movie. It sounded like, and just like in a movie, when, the child, something happens to him and they're unconscious and they can't move, they're not moving. And, you're just praying that, it'll just work out. And when she was saying, stay with me, I was so scared because all I'm thinking of is now he's unconscious and he's about to die. Let's just face it. That's what obviously was going through my mind because I have no idea what is going on. No idea. So the ambulance finally come, which they took 7 minutes. And of course, those 7 minutes felt like hours. When they got to my house, I was in the kitchen. I was just shot. I was just gone. And the ambulance driver comes to me and says, "Are you okay?" And I'm just ready for him to tell me the worst news of my life. And he's calm like nothing. He's like, are you okay? Like he's looking at me like, why am I crying like this for, And I said, "My son, what's going on with my son?" He's like, "Oh, he's fine. Why don't you say goodbye to him before he gets into the ambulance? He's gonna take a ride with us. He's gonna be in the back with your wife, and but he's wide awake. He's fine. He just had a seizure." So I run to them, and sure enough, he's just like, he's in shock. He don't know what happened. He don't know what's going on. My wife is just getting everything together to go leave and everything like that. So now that my relief just, oh my God, I'm just such a relief. However, now I'm thinking, but why did this happen? Why did he go through that? To make a long story short, what wound up happening is that he went to the hospital. They couldn't find out what was going on with him. They just thought maybe, and I hear stories all the time about it just happening one time and that's it, it's over. But it was far from over. It happened again and again. But here's the thing. Before he started getting any medicine or anything like that, as soon as he started, now mind you, he's not on no medicine, he's not being treated because they don't know what it is. So, but when it did come on, and sometimes he had 2 of them in one day, the minute I would hear him say, because now he was able to give us a warning, he would say, "Daddy," he would call them Charlie horses. "Daddy, I'm getting a Charlie horse. I could feel it coming. I could feel it coming." I immediately, as soon as he said that, I would say, "Okay, all right. Now, I'm calm now," because I started doing my research on it. I started seeing that, sometimes these things just happen to kids. And it's not epilepsy, so that's a good thing. So apparently the one that he has the best one that you would want to have when it comes to seizures, because eventually he'll just grow out of it. He's just going to have to take medicine, and eventually he'll grow out of it. But this is before he even had that. This was like early. This is like his 2nd, 3rd, 4th time having the seizure is when this happened, and he was on no medicine. So what I would do is, being that now I'm calm, now I'm confident, now I'm not as I was before, like a nervous wreck. And I knew that I had to be like this because when my wife went to work, I was the one that would stay with them. So I can't be like that. I have to be strong for my kids. I have to make sure that he's okay. So I can't be a nervous wreck, being I'm the only adult here. So I had to man up, and I really had to make sure that when that did happen to him, I wouldn't be like that, because I have to make sure that he's going through it and breathing and everything, and I got to coach him through it. So what I would do is, the minute I heard him say, "Daddy, I feel it coming on," I would immediately grab him and I would lay him down, put him on his side, and I suggest, I'm not a healthcare professional, so don't take my word for it. Obviously, do your own research, talk to your own doctor. So don't take this as medical advice. I'm just telling you what I experienced and what helped for me. And if it works for you, fine. But by no means do I want to be responsible for anyone. Always consult with your doctor when it comes to anything health related. I'm sure you're smart enough to know that anyway. But when I would see that he was getting to that level where he's going to have a seizure, I would grab him, calm him down, and I would say, the first thing I would say is, Jesus is here. Don't worry. Jesus is here. And I would say very calm. You don't want to be excited. You don't want to be like, you don't want to go crazy and get all excited. The calmer the atmosphere is, even if it looks like he's going through a struggle, just be calm. And I would just keep on saying those calm words. Don't worry, Jesus is here. And he would go into his episode, and believe me, it's the most horrible thing that a father or mother can go through, watching their kid having a seizure, especially when you don't know why. And it looks like it looks like it's painful to them. But when it's over, you can ask your child. I'm sure he'll vouch. Not one time did my son ever say that he was going through any pain, any trauma. It's just like your brain is shutting off. It's like they don't even know what's going on when it's happening. It's just that they go blank. It's like almost like just immediately going to sleep. Obviously, everyone varies, but this is my experience with my son. And I noticed when I used to say, Jesus is here, and I started mentioning Jesus, and I would pray over him, and I would do it in a very calm way.